Gomez, fed by Iago Aspas, firing wide of the mark. A really good ball in between the home team defence. The striker just not able to get the angle. Well, Sociedad began pressing forward and they took the lead in the 10th minute. Xavi Prieto's high cross and Willian José at the far post, judging the flight of the ball better than Celta skipper Hugo Mayo. A really good header down into the bottom corner. Ruben in the Celta goal, unable to do anything. So the home team into the lead, but having scored, they took their foot off the gas somewhat, and Celta de Vigo were able to push upfield. Hothebet trying his luck from outside the area, not able to really get any curl on the shot. Well wide of the mark from the former Fulham midfielder. Celta's pressure began to tell. When Pione Sisto lifted this ball over to the right-hand side, Juanmi stuck out an arm and Mr. Mateo Lahoz awarded the visitors a penalty. The home team objected, and the replay showed clearly struck a former Southampton man on the arm, and Iago Aspas dispatched the penalty with some aplomb right down the middle as Geronimo Rulli dived out of the way. Celta de Vigo back on level terms just 11 minutes after going behind. Much as Real Sociedad had done, Celta de Vigo then sat back, having scored their opening goal of the game, and invited the home team onto them. And it was Mr. Mateo Lahoz's turn to award Real Sociedad a penalty. Stanislav Lobotka pulling back Sergio Canales as he tried to reach Alvaro Odriozola's cross into the near post. But Willian José wasn't efficient as Iago Aspas. He thundered his spot kick against the crossbar. Celta de Vigo breathing a huge sigh of relief. Still the home team dominated possession as they did throughout the 90 minutes. Sergio Canales with a surging run through the midfield before his low drive was well turned away by Ruben. And then the ball in eventually found its way to Willian José, who hooked his shot up and over the bar. Good low drive, good save down to his left. Celta de Vigo also had their opportunities on the break. In the opening 45 minutes, Iago Aspas battling well. Pione Sisto's shot saved by the keeper. Daniel Vaz blocked by Kevin Rodriguez. And then Maxi Gomez saw his effort strike Diego Llorente on the arms, but it was so close, no penalty awarded. Right at the end of the first half, Hothebet turned the corner towards his own keeper. Ruben had his wits about him and palmed it away. At the start of the second half, Celta de Vigo tried to gain the upper hand, but it was Real Sociedad who started the brightest. Willian José trying his luck from distance. A player who missed that first half penalty though, firing well wide of the mark. Daniel Vaz then took a free kick away for a corner. A replay showed it clearly struck Xavi Prieto on the elbow. See here the home team captain just leaning into the ball, not spotted by the referee. From the corner, Celta de Vigo took the lead. Maxi Gomez rising above Igor Zubeldia to head in at the near post. Celta de Vigo showing a real cutting edge. Real Sociedad, for all their possession, just were not able to find that final pass. Aguirreche brought on for Xavi Prieto. Despite all the changes going forward, Real Sociedad wouldn't find their way to an equaliser. Iago Aspas, great work down the right from him, drawing Rulli out. Brais Mendez on as a sub though, unable to meet the ball, and it was turned away from in front of his own goal by Odriozola. At the end, Celta claimed all 3 points. The crisis goes on at Anoeta. 3 consecutive league defeats for the home team.
Deportivo Alaves and Leganés shared the points after a 2-2 draw in the Mendiza Roza Stadium. A result that will probably leave the visitors a lot happier than it will the home side, who had led by 2-0 with 15 minutes remaining. Fernando Pacheco was given a t-shirt or a shirt commemorating his 100th appearance for the club, and John Guidetti was once again in the starting 11. Tight first half. So Munir's early goal ruled out for a tight but correct offside decision. Linesman was well placed, as he would be later on in the game. To be fair, everybody had stopped by the time the ball hit the back of the net. Pedraza also had an early effort, which had Cuellar stretching, but a relatively comfortable save for the Leganés goalkeeper. At the other end, Nabil El-Thar had two chances. First one saved by Pacheco. The second one, which was much clearer in the last minute of the first half, also saved by the Alaves keeper. El-Thar going for power rather than precision, and Pacheco standing up to make the block. Into the second half, and Alaves took the lead in slightly confusing fashion right after the break. Linesman waves for a foul, we think, from Siovas on Guidetti. The referee gave play on, and Guidetti crossed the ball for Munir to net his 4th goal of the campaign. Look how half of the Leganés side stop when they see the flag raised. Of course, the referee doesn't blow. Good advantage played by Trujillo Sanchez. And 1-0 to Alaves. It was soon 2-0. Pedraza starts the move. Guidetti's shot's blocked, and Alfonso Pedraza follows up to double Alaves' lead in the 52nd minute. 7 dramatic minutes. Looked to have put things very much Alaves' way as they went for their 5th home win of the season. Frustrating for Cuellar, who made a decent block, only to see Pedraza side foot home Alaves' 2nd. It was very nearly 3-0 for Alaves on the break. This time it's Dani Torres who puts the ball across. Munir has it in the net, but after originally giving the goal, the referee rules it out for offside. Which is the correct decision. Alaves have another chance here after Dani Torres gets caught. Ibai tees up Pedraza. Cuellar does well, and Ibai puts the follow-up inches wide. He then asks for a penalty. The referee doesn't have it. So it's well won there by Munir. Lovely little pass from Ibai to Pedraza. Never quite gets the ball under control, and there that effort from Ibai drifts agonisingly past. Leganés get a lifeline in the 75th minute. Everyone's congratulating John Guidetti for having deflected this effort from Gabriel wide, when the linesman raises his flag and says it's a penalty. To be fair, it's hard to see from behind the goal whether it is or not. Gabriel, with 15 minutes to go, coolly strokes home the penalty, and all of a sudden Leganés, after looking dead and buried, were right back in it. Referee then maybe compensated slightly by penalising Amrabat, but with 2 minutes to go there was more drama. Referee had already showed several yellow cards to players for leading with their arms, and Rodrigo Eli had been one of them. So when he led with his arm against Bobu, which he clearly does, he got a second yellow card and his marching orders from the subsequent free kick. Alexis makes a horrible mess of that clearance, and Zaldua is on hand to volley home an equaliser which 15 minutes earlier had looked barely possible. Dreadful clearance from Alexis, and Zaldua ensures the points are shared. Leganés will be a lot happier with the result than Alaves.
It's a noisy, chaotic, confusing world. If only everyone could see it more clearly. Separate fake from fact. If only we all understood what's really going on. The world needs another Economist reader. And now you can try The Economist in print, free of charge. Visit free.economist.com, call 1-855-500-0015, or text ECONOMIST to 99000.
Watch the best sports live, like La Liga, Serie A, Ligue 1, WTA, motorsports, on your PC, tablet, smartphone, or Roku player.
Game on! Download the all-new beIN Sports Connect.
Steve, you okay, man?
I just can't stay in shape like I used to.
So you know you're over 40 now.
So?
So, your body produces less free testosterone. It's harder to stay in shape. Don't worry, it happens to us all.
Yeah, so how come you still look like the Big Hurt?
Because I got Nugenics.
If you're a guy over 40, you need Nugenics, the #1 selling free testosterone booster at GNC. For your complimentary bottle of Nugenics, text SET to 321-321. Nugenics is a unique man-boosting formula powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help boost your free testosterone levels. Nugenics can help you feel stronger, leaner, with a lot more energy and drive. More passion, too.
Hey, Steve. Looks like Nugenics is really working.
Yeah, I feel like a new man.
Get back in shape with a complimentary bottle of Nugenics. Text SET to 321-321. Nugenics samples are not available in stores, so text SET to 321-321.
Hello and welcome to the Coliseum Alfonso Pérez. It was week 20 in La Liga and it was Getafe against Athletic Club. Legend Clarence Seedorf in the stands to watch the game. First game in the first round of fixtures after the halfway point of the season. Getafe coming into the game in 9th place in the table on 26 points. Athletic a point behind in 12th place, and it was the visitors who had the first opportunity of the game. Iñaki Williams, fresh from signing a new contract with the Basque club, just putting his effort wide of the post. The home side's first opportunity fell to Jorge Molina. Genet putting the cross in. The defender returning to the side after suspension. One of two changes made by coach Jose Bordalas. The other saw the return of Markel Vergara, the man on loan from Real Sociedad in midfield. But it was Iñaki Williams once again who celebrated that contract extension with a fantastic volleyed goal. It was Laporte with a great crossfield ball, and Williams with the volley. Whether he meant it or not, only he will know. But it was a spectacular strike to give keeper Emiliano Martinez getting a touch, but he couldn't keep the ball out. Unfortunately for Athletic, they were only ahead for 7 minutes. But Jorge Molina brought down by a combination of Laporte and goalkeeper Herrerin. Referee Jesus Gil Manzano pointing to the spot, and it was Jorge Molina who picked himself up to hit home the spot kick and make it 1-1 in 21 minutes played. Herrerin going the wrong way. Still in the first half, Damiano Suarez whipping that ball in from the left-hand side, and Herrerin unable to gather it cleanly. The ball coming back off Arambari and just wide. Getafe can so easily have taken the lead. Chances for Athletic as well in the first half. Header from Sabin and a fantastic save from the keeper Martinez. Low to his left just to push the ball around the post. Damian Suarez picked up an injury right at the end of the first half. Came out during half-time to test out his hamstring and headed straight back to the dressing room, so he was replaced by Molinero. And his first contribution was to give away a penalty. Getafe substitute adjudged to have brought down Xavi Merino inside the penalty area. Referee Jesus Gil Manzano pointing to the spot for the second time on the evening, and Raul Garcia gave Athletic the lead. Just 3 minutes played after the break. Another good penalty right down the middle. Martinez going right. But then just a couple of minutes later, another spot kick. The referee giving a third of the game. Once again, Herrerín guilty of bringing down Jorge Molina. Only this time, the Getafe captain had his spot kick saved by the keeper. Great save from Herrerín. Nice strong hand, just pushing the ball over the crossbar. Athletic, their 2-1 lead surviving. And Iñaki Williams, a miss kick, and then just flicking out a leg and almost catching out the goalkeeper. And a good save by Martinez. Jorge Molina, after missing a penalty, well, his misfortunes continued. Shown a yellow card by the referee. And that means he'll miss Getafe's next game away at Sevilla. Jorge Molina, of course, former Betis player, so he wouldn't have minded taking on his former City rivals. But Getafe were level after 74 minutes. Ball play back into the box. Portillo just cushioning the ball down for Angel Rodriguez, the second half substitute, to get his 7th league goal of the season. Just poking the ball home past Herrerín. And Getafe level at 2-2. Rodriguez had another opportunity, this time to put a Getafe ahead. A hint of handball. In the end, the combination of the goalkeeper and Aymeric Laporte clearing the ball away. And that was the end of the action. It ended 2-2 in the Coliseum Alfonso Pérez.
These guys.
If you've ever considered getting a walk-in tub, we have great news.
For a limited time, when you purchase a Safe Step walk-in tub, we'll include our newest feature, a heated seat.
That's a $600 value. Free.
The new dual hydrotherapy system has foot massaging jets.
And a microbubble jet that produces bubbles so small they can penetrate pores. Safe Step walk-in tubs are built to maximize safety, so you can stay in your home.
Call the number on your screen now for more information.
I'm Edgar Navarrete, an attorney. Driving while under the influence is very dangerous and a very serious offense. If you find yourself arrested for driving while under the influence, the law requires that you submit to a chemical breath test. Failing to submit to that test carries the same consequences and penalties as if you were found guilty for driving while intoxicated. So you should always cooperate with the police. If you ever find yourself in this situation, please feel free to contact me for a free consultation.
Contact Alonzo and Navarrete for DWI, criminal, and all other motor vehicle matters.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Cayeri, and you're watching La Liga World.
On this week's La Liga World, we travel to Gran Canaria, where we meet the #1 striker for Las Palmas. Caleri talks about the season and the arrival of Paco Gémez.
We're off to the United States, where we accompany David Villa in a clinic he gave to over 350 participants. The training methods and style of play in La Liga know no boundaries.
Our last stop on today's show is A Coruña, where in the company of a Deportivo fan, we drop in on the derby at Riazor and experience all the excitement of match day at this legendary stadium.
It's a very competitive league. It's one of the best in the world. It's about the same level as the Premier League. It's got the two best players in the world. And the two best teams, Real Madrid and Barcelona. It's my first season in La Liga, and the truth is, it's very competitive. Anyone can beat anyone. Levante drew with Real Madrid, Villarreal beat Real Madrid in their ground. This league gives you a chance to show your worth, and for me it's also very important that they speak the same languages in my country.
That's a decent ball up into the area. Las Palmas are back in it. Jonathan Cayeri with a real striker's goal. A wonderful cross. He rose at the far post and gave Jan Oblak absolutely no chance. And the home team are back in the game.
When I first arrived here, I said I'd like to get to 15 goals, and obviously I wanted the team to do well. I can't complain because I've played in all the games. I think I'm the only player in the squad who's played in all the games in La Liga, and that continuity gives you the hope of achieving things. My aims have always been the same, to play in the games, to score goals and to help the team as best I can. It's a difficult moment for us, but we're very united. And that means that the objectives I set myself at the beginning of the season are going to be realized. I'm certain that at the end of May, Las Palmas would still be in the first division.
And it is another goal. Iago Aspas has his hat-trick. Calamity at the back for Las Palmas.
You learn from the good and you learn from the bad. I'm not from here. It's my first year with the club and in Spain. Everything's new. It's the first time I've had 3 coaches in under-19 league games, 4 with Paquito. That's a lot of changes. Each coach has different ideas, and it's hard to adapt in a month and a half or 2 months. We hope Paco's with us right till the end, and that his ideas work, and we stay in the first division. That's the only sensible solution to our situation. We've got to work, give our all in training and in the games. The good news is there's still 19 games to go, and anything can happen in a league where the clubs are so evenly matched. Everyone can see that we're not in a good place. We've been trying to get off the foot of the table for a while now. So far, we've been unsuccessful. Our opponents make it hard and we're having problems, but the dressing room is united. We're all in it together. And that, along with the way foreign players like me have been so warmly welcomed, is a big plus. We all feel the same way. We're one united group. A new technical director's come in who's keen to get down to things and has ideas that we all agree with. Of course, it's a process, and the players under his charge have to adapt. He's not been here long, and it's too soon to draw conclusions. But I think that with these ideas and his style of play, Las Palmas will emerge from their hole and will start winning games and climb up the table.
Para tratar de escalar en la tabla de posiciones.
Personally, I very much like the idea. I can identify with this style of play. It's great for strikers. The idea of pressuring high up, of having the ball in 3/4 of the pitch and moving forward, of shooting as often as possible, of putting in a lot of crosses. That's all good news for an attacker. If we can change our chip and play 20 to 30 meters further forward, we'll reap the rewards. Let's hope the strikers can get goals and that Unión Deportiva can win a lot more games. Our attitude is that we've got a whole half-season to go. It's a relatively short championship. There are still 19 matches to be played. Anything can happen in those games. There are teams that have 24, 25, 26 points, and we can easily do that too. There's a lot of variety in the squad and a lot of quality. That'll be very important in helping us face up to the situation. We've got to go absolutely all out in those 19 matches if Las Palmas are to stay up in La Liga.
Evacuations are underway as Amelia heads toward the metro area.
We can fit more! But there's still more room!
We gotta go.
Juicer!
We don't have a juicer! The Volkswagen Tiguan. It fits everything you need and everything you don't.
"350 participants, along with the most famous mouse in the world and one of the great legends of La Liga Santander, David Villa. All of them gathered together in one place, the ESPN Wide World of Sports in Orlando. It's one of the most ambitious La Liga projects of the many taking place all over the world. The fundamental idea is to develop new talents across the length and breadth of the planet by further globalizing the championship and increasing awareness of Spanish coaching methods.
We've created and organized projects in practically every corner of the world, on all 5 continents, and now we're in Orlando, in the academy with Disney. We're delighted to be here with you all and to be given this clinic with David Villa. It's a La Liga event in which all the children here today are going to enjoy themselves.
So it's our goal to get more people to watch La Liga, for people that already know La Liga to watch more of it, to discover more teams, to discover more characters, and for people that don't yet know La Liga to discover it and to start following it and to find out more about it.
Soccer, as football is known in the United States, is becoming ever more popular, and La Liga wants to play a key role in its development. David Villa, with his past as a star of Spanish football and his present role in Major League Soccer, is the perfect person to link one side of the Atlantic with the other.
It's a chance for kids to have a good time, do sport and get away from problematic situations that can be detrimental to their well-being. It also offers them the opportunity to develop as footballers and achieve their dreams, and why not?
David Villa is an ambassador for La Liga. You know, he grew up in La Liga. He's one of the products of La Liga, of Spanish football. And, you know, to be able to show that and to bring that to the U.S. is also another way for people to discover La Liga.
The La Liga project in the United States is an ambitious one. More than 1,500 coaches have been trained to apply the methodology that is used in the Spanish Championship.
I'm Tony, a La Liga coach. We're working on many different projects all over the world. And now we've come here to explain the La Liga methodology and try to give the kids an idea of the way we work in Spain. I think all this helps to motivate them to keep alive the dream of playing at a higher level.
It's been really fun watching them play at this beautiful wild world of sports. ESPN facility is amazing. David Villa has made an appearance and has had a chance to meet a lot of the kids and some of the lucky adults who had a chance to say hello as well. Everybody's very excited about soccer today, and I can't wait to bring it back to my team and to my season that starts soon.
As well as accompanying a La Liga legend like David Villa around for the day, we also talked to him about how he views La Liga from afar and how he feels about the great form of his former teams.
From here in the States, I'm following La Liga with great interest and passion. It's obviously the best league in the world. I hope the three teams keep up their current form in La Liga. I have a lot of affection for all three of them, as much for Valencia as for Atletico and Barcelona. They're all doing really well. I hope it stays that way. It's how I feel.
10 years ago, Barcelona's progress in La Liga faltered at San Mamés. Both teams were giving it their all, but a goal before the break from the youngster Boyan seemed to have tipped the encounter in Barca's favour. The pressure, however, got to Rijkaard's side in the second half, and a goal from Llorente deprived them of 2 more points. The leaders nearly suffered the same fate in their encounter with Villarreal. Iker Casillas ended his run of 573 minutes without conceding a goal when Rossi put the ball past him after a quarter of an hour. Real Madrid then got back on track thanks to a brace from a sublime Robinho. Villarreal battled on and Capdevila got an equaliser. Sadly for them, just a minute later, Wesley Sneijder finally settled the game in favour of Los Blancos. When it came to exciting endings, the match at Nervión stood out. Sevilla faced an Osasuna team determined to cause an upset. Poulsen put the Andalusians ahead in the second half. But far from giving up, Cuco Ciganda's team came back thanks to a goal from the youngster Quique Sola. However, having conceded a penalty in stoppage time, the side from Pamplona in the end came away with nothing. Real Betis had more luck in their visit to one of La Liga's fortresses. Paco Chaparro's side won away to Espanyol, at a ground where neither Barcelona, Real Madrid nor Villarreal had any luck. The 3 points helped the Green and Whites escape the relegation zone and climb to a more comfortable spot. At Riazor, Miguel Ángel Lotina breathed a sigh of relief after his team's win against Real Valladolid. More than the result, the highlight of the game was the return to the Deportivo side of Juan Carlos Valerón. The local hero had been out injured for a year and a half. Meanwhile, at El Sardinero, the former Deportivo manager Javier Irureta had his first game in charge of Real Zaragoza. His team showed a character that had been sorely lacking in the season up until then. They came back from a goal behind from Iván Bolado. However, Mehmet Chide, who came on for the goal scorer, turned the game on its head with a last-minute equaliser.
Today, what are you going to give? Give 30 more seconds on your Peloton. Give it from right here in your living room. Give it your best morning, noon, or night. Give it up for New York's best instructors live. Give them something to see. Give yourself 1,000 other riders to push you to the top. Give it up for this song. Give more than you ever thought you could. Give your home the one thing that will make you give it all. Peloton.
Milinko Pantic was brought to Spain by Serbian manager Radomir Antic, and although virtually unknown on his arrival, he soon became a standout player in the Atletico Madrid lineup. He was one of the pillars in the team that won the double in the 1995-96 season. He won the league and the cup alongside such players as Simeone, Caminero, Kiko, Penev and Molina. And despite only being with the club for 3 seasons, he'll always be remembered for his golden right foot. He scored 18 times for Atletico Madrid, but more than for the goals, he'll always be remembered by the fans at the Vicente Calderón for his free kicks and superb corner-taking skills. After his departure and in his honour, before every match a bunch of flowers were placed by the corner flag. That's how the legend of Pantic lives on in every home game.
Hi, I'm Carlos, a dedicated Deportivo fan. Today is the most important day of the year for us, Derby Day against Celta. So we're going to enjoy the game, and whilst we're at it, take a look at our city. The first monument to visit is iconic for us. It's the Tower of Hercules, our emblem. It's the oldest still working lighthouse in the world. It's been here for over 2,000 years. The Maria Pita Square is like a sitting room for us. We're very welcoming people. We like to make visitors feel at home. This is one of our main places we go to enjoy ourselves. The town hall is in the square, and around it you can see allegorical figures representing the 4 provinces of Galicia. It also has footballing significance. On special occasions, the stained glass windows open, and from the balcony we celebrate the winning of titles like La Liga, Cups and Super Cups. I hope we can do that there again soon. Riazor Beach is another landmark. From there we can look out on the sea and contemplate the Orzán Riazor Bay. The night of St. John is especially exciting for us. The beach is full of bonfires and sardines being fried. That's the way we and our visitors see the summer in. Depor Celta is the biggest game of the year for us. It means everything. It's a great occasion. We've all got friends on the opposition side, and there's a spirit of healthy rivalry. Take me, for example. I always have a meal with my Celta friends, and of course whoever's on the losing side pays. I didn't used to have to pay very often, but recently that hasn't been the case. It's our great footballing fiesta, something to be celebrated because at the end of the day we all depend on each other. We are what we are because of them. Let's hope we win this time round. Now we're heading in to see the game. It's going to be a tense occasion, but we'll try and keep our heads. Let's hope we win and if possible enjoy the match. Let's go. Well, here we are. Everything's ready, the pitch is in a superb state, and the atmosphere as it should be for a Deportivo Celta clash. So let's enjoy ourselves, have a good time, and celebrate a fiesta of Galician football. Well, even though it hasn't been the best day for you to pay a visit, and we're all a little down after the defeat, we're going to live up to the team's motto. The motto is, we are... So we follow the light that guides us through the storm, like the beam from our lighthouse, the Tower of Hercules, a World Heritage Site. I'm sure things will be very different for the next derby. We'll meet again at the Balaidos.
That's it for this edition of La Liga World. We'll be back next week with more interviews and reports from La Liga Santander.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product? Do you think companies would be interested in your idea? Do you want to try to get a patent? Then call InventHelp now. InventHelp keeps your idea confidential and explains every step of the invention process. Join the thousands of people just like you who chose InventHelp to pursue their idea. We are experienced. We are working for you. We are InventHelp. Get started with your idea. Call for free information.
Call 1-800-716-0441. That's 1-800-716-0441.
I'm Edgar Navarrete, an attorney. Driving while under the influence is very dangerous and a very serious offense. If you find yourself arrested for driving while under the influence, the law requires that you submit to a chemical breath test. Failing to submit to that test carries the same consequences and penalties as if you were found guilty for driving while intoxicated. So you should always cooperate with the police. If you ever find yourself in this situation, please feel free to contact me for a free consultation.
Contact Alonzo at Navarrete for DWI, criminal, and all other motor vehicle matters.
It is one of the most electric and exciting stadiums in all of world football. The Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan in the south of Spain in Sevilla, where Los Nervionenses look to hold on to a 2-1 advantage in the second leg of the quarterfinal of the Campeonato de España, Copa de Su Majestad el Rey, or Copa del Rey for short. We will have lineups and much more after the break here on beIN Sports. Sevilla Atletico.
My husband's probably going to think I'm crazy. He thinks I'm going to see my sister.
Sometimes the confidence to be spontaneous starts with financial stability.
Once I heard it, I was shocked. I just thought, I have to go get it. It's our tree.
See how a personalized financial strategy and access to JP Morgan investment expertise can help you. Chase, make more of what's yours.
The moment you realize your half bath needs your full attention.
At Lowe's, we'll help you turn the bathroom you have into the one you've always wanted at a price that fits your budget. All projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's.
Hurry into Lowe's and get a 30-inch vanity mirror for only $199.
DirecTV has been rated #1 in customer satisfaction over cable for 17 years running. But some people still like cable, just like some people like pre-shaken sodas, having their seat kicked on an airplane, being rammed by a shopping cart, sitting in gum, and walking into a glass door. But for everyone else, there's DirecTV. For #1 rated customer satisfaction over cable, switch to DirecTV and get a $200 reward card. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
No, just your one.
The Volkswagen Atlas with available pedestrian monitoring. Life's as big as you make it.
The crowd at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan in full voice ahead of this massive second leg of this quarterfinal of the Copa del Rey, as Sevilla will look to hold on to a 2-1 advantage after the first leg at the Wanda Metropolitano in the Spanish capital between Atletico Madrid. We'll see what happens between the Nervionenses and Atletico here at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan.
Atletico fans in the stadium too, of course, but I just thought I'd let you enjoy a few moments of the Sevilla club hymn before the 11s are read out. They are on the cusp of a place in the Copa del Rey semi-final. Battled through three previous rounds to reach this stage, or two previous rounds to reach this stage, of course. In goal for Sevilla, Sergio Rico. And at the back, there is the change. Jesus Navas, he plays alongside Gabriel Mercado, Clement Longley and Sergio Escudero. The two holding midfielders in the shape of Eber Banega and Steven Nzonzi. Going forward, the three attacking midfielders, Pablo Sarabia, Franco Vázquez and Joaquin Correa, and the lone striker up top, the Colombian Luis Muriel. So on the bench, Simon Kier also back in the squad. He was unable to participate against Espanyol at the weekend. The referee in the centre there, Juan Martinez Munuera, the 35-year-old who has travelled up from Benidorm. And he will now fully understand, I'm sure he knew already, the importance of this fixture. Miguel Angel Moya is in goal for Los Colchoneros. A very strong team named by the visitors: Simi Visalico, Diego Godin, Jose Maria Jimenez and Lucas Hernandez at the back. Across the midfield, Angel Correa, Saúl, Gabi and Coque. And the French international pairing up top, Kevin Gamero and Antoine Griezmann, in the absence of Diego Costa, who is out with a muscle strain. And the visitors, of course, wearing their change colours of all yellow with black trim. Sevilla in their familiar white shirts, white shorts and indeed black socks. And those two away goals scored in the Wanda Metropolitano. Really a huge feat if the home side can get a goal, and they have inside the first 30 seconds. Sergio Escudero volleys the Andalusian outfit into the lead. In this second leg, Atletico stunned, and this is not the start that the visitors wanted to this encounter. Vincenzo Montella probably can't believe it either. But the Sevilla club captain has given the home team an ideal start to this quarter-final second leg. Well, the majority of his dome doesn't have a roof. If it did, it would have lifted off a few inches there. The cross coming in from Pablo Sarabia. Escudero getting in ahead of Visalico and volleying it past Miguel Angel Moya inside the near post. And we have the opening goal scored after just 26 seconds. What a start here. And now Atletico, who have struggled for goals in recent games, really do have to start attacking. They need to score twice just to stay in the competition. In their last few games, Atletico have only scored 2 goals in a game. On one occasion, in fact, 1 out of their last 6 in La Liga Santander. There's an opportunity there. Grabbed by Sergio Rico. Kevin Gamero just trying to snaffle up the loose ball before the keeper could. See the run there, Jose Maria Jimenez it was, who met the corner. Got in above Stephen Nzonzi. Moya stopped it and then had quick enough reflexes and reaction to get back up. This is a highly unusual position for Diego Simeone's side to be in. They led against Girona before Porto levelled for the Catalans and took a point away from Wanda Metropolitano on Saturday. Prior to that, they'd been Eibar away by a 1-0 and 2-0 at home against Getafe. The only time in the last 6 games that they've been behind, they lost 1-0 against Espanyol. Back on the attack now, they're down the right with the Croatia international Simi Visalico, sending the cross in at the near post. No foul, says the referee, despite muted appeals. Jesus Navas playing it, an unusual role at right back, asked to fill in by Vincenzo Montella. And named an attacking side at the weekend in Atletico with Pablo Simeone, or Diego Pablo Simeone. Diego Simeone stating that he wanted his side to get more people forward and really try and help out in the attacking areas. So Carrasco was played on one flank. Coque was on the bench for the first time in 48 matches, but he's in the starting lineup tonight. Carrasco is the player who drops to the bench. So three centrally minded midfielders, with Angel Correa trying to feed it through to Antoine Griezmann and Kevin Gamero. Given the way Atletico like to play, though, with that cautious build-up when the other team retreats, or indeed on the break, Simeone will have his work cut out. There is the 47-year-old Argentinian. Of course, had two spells as a player with Atletico de Madrid and won the Copa del Rey in his second of those, winning both the league and cup double. Laid out from the back into the feet of Steven Nzonzi by Gabriel Mercado. Nzonzi wins it back, and that's good play into the feet of Franco Vázquez. Nzonzi in the centre, instead it goes out wide right to Sarabia. Sarabia, of course, the supplier of the cross for that opening goal. Well, Atletico themselves now need to score twice. Focus also will be trying to keep Sevilla from adding to their tally. Eva Banega with the ball across to the right side of midfield. Jesus Navas prods it out to Sarabia, almost playing as an inverted winger as he likes to pull it onto his right. Still the crosses go over, and now a shot from Joaquin Correa, the player that scored the winning goal in the last leg, 88th minute of the game. Diego Costa opened the scoring in the 76th minute in Wanda Metropolitano just under a week ago. And an own goal from Miguel Angel Moya, turning across from Navas into his own net. 10 minutes from time saw Sevilla draw level, and then Joaquin Correa, as I say, through down the left of the area, clipping it over Moya, and Sevilla headed into this one with a 2-1 advantage. They've made that 3-1 inside the opening minute here, and it will be very interesting to see how a team does like to set themselves up defensively, goes about trying to score twice whilst trying to keep a very enthusiastic and indeed confident looking Sevilla side from adding a third to their, well, a second, of course, a fourth. I was going to manage to pick the one number between them, but Correa knocked over down below us in front of these dugouts that are about half the size of those at Wanda Metropolitano last week. Noise around us, somewhat deafening, I have to say. Creating a superb atmosphere. The semi-finals, don't forget, will be played next week and the week after, decide who plays in the final at the end of April. And Atletico really were very, very keen to reach that final, because it is more than likely to be held at their new home, Wanda Metropolitano. Playing it out well from the back here, though, Sevilla. Just being pressured. Atletico pushing men upfield, trying to close down the spaces and stop their hosts from playing out from the back, and eventually the tactic does work, although Luis Muriel gets in front of Jimenez, and then Vasalico lays it into Godin. That's well played by Atletico to get it out of there. Griezmann with the flick over, but Escudero just comfortably lays it back into the path of his teammates, and Franco Vázquez can now look forward. I've got to say, this game has started at a frenetic pace. Carlos Joaquin Correa, to give him his full name, on the ball. Banega out wide to Sarabia. Jesus Navas, of course, taking up that position as a fullback who's allowed to press forward. We'll give the glass to the right. There was Jesus Navas Gonzalez out on that far side, the player that overcame his homesickness to spending 4 years in the northwest of England with Manchester City, of course. As a youngster, wasn't he able to travel with the Spanish national team because the fear that he felt being away from familiar surroundings. Thankfully, he received the full support and plenty of treatment from the club as Atletico just try and play it around, and Gabi, another player who was on the bench at the weekend, didn't play in that game against Girona. Well, didn't start in that game against Girona. Thomas Partey, when he's on the bench tonight, did. I've got to say, he may well be required because he's a much more of an attacking figure. Here is Griezmann dropping back. Camero in between the two central defenders. Vasalico spreading the play out wide. But his touch just too heavy. Escudero manages to get the tackle in. It's cleared away over Vincenzo Montella. Griezmann lays it back, and as you can see, Sevilla have every player almost in their own defensive third. They could just sit back now for the remaining 80 minutes and see this one out, and I've got a feeling that isn't the way the home side are going to approach this, having scored so early on. As long as with the ball out wide, this time looking for Sarabia on that far side. Until they can afford to sit back down and see how this pans out. That early goal has certainly given his side some breathing room. They'll be up against it, given the quality of the players in the Atletico side, no doubt about that, but the fact that they can afford to attack and see if Atletico, when they push forward, leave gaps in the back. Flag up there for a foul. High feet perhaps here. Although the push, no feet up, it was definitely a shove on Lucas Hernandez. Here's a replay of that goal in the opening 26 seconds. What a fine finish it was from Escudero. Meeting it perfectly with his right foot, low, just off the ground. Into that bottom corner, he was trying to wheel away from his teammates to celebrate with the fans. He was hauled over. Absolute pandemonium in that first minute. One thing Sevilla can't do necessarily is allow Atletico to become comfortable in the game and find a rhythm. They need to keep breaking up the play and cutting off the lines in between the transitional phases here. Salico pushed up high. As to his Lucas Hernandez on that far side. Jose Maria Jimenez goes all the way across to the young fullback. Moses Navas battling away, but he sees the figure of Gabriel Mercado, who's playing in the centre. So effectively, as the game goes on, Mercado could move across to the right. And they could bring on Simon Kier, but just the odd fitness worry for him. They didn't want to bring him straight back into the side when they were defending that lead, and so Navas asked to fill in at right back and Mercado into the centre. Franco Vázquez controlled that with the wrong part of his anatomy. Atletico haven't seen it yet. Griezmann now knocks it out sportingly. He brought the ball down just too high up on the chest and caught the bottom of his throat there. You'll see it here. It's definitely on an arm from Gabri. Yeah, there. Oh dear, oh dear, that's going to win you. Be slightly painful right in the Adam's apple, that. Virtually been punched in the throat, which was not a particularly nice image, but most certainly what Franco Vázquez may well be feeling. There's the good interplay. Atletico's defence just not organised, and look at the space Escudero had for Salico. No awareness about him at all there, completely out of position. The 25-year-old former Sassuolo defender. And Sergio Escudero, who started off with the youth team, and they are straight back into Atletico. A wonderful, wonderful strike. Up and over the keeper. Sergio Rico caught of his line. And the Atletico fans absolutely delighted with that. A terrible start to the game, but Antoine Griezmann with an absolutely superb goal. 2 goals inside the opening 14 minutes here. And this cup tie continues to bubble along superbly. Now Sevilla know they can't afford to sit back They're not designed like Atletico, who would no doubt have gone 1-0 up in that first minute. And known how to close up shop for quite a while after and really try and nullify what their opponents were doing. Sevilla, who have carried on looking forward. Here is the replay. Great chest down, and look at that for a Banega, forced back by Coque. Saul goes across. Now the ball forward, looking for Muriel. Stumped into touch, and things will just begin to settle down now. Both sides have scored. The urgency for Atletico isn't quite so great. They know they have to find the net for a second time. They do have 74.5 minutes in which to do that. Thrown on the far side to be taken by Jesus Navas into the feet of Nzonzi. He only manages to knock it down to Griezmann. Correa into Gabi. Vasalico does bring it down, has a look into the centre, clips it up and over to the far post, looking for the head down. Griezmann again with the shot up and over the bar. But Sevilla really have to pay closer attention to the former Real Sociedad striker. Another well-worked move by the visitors. There's the knockdown by Kevin Gamero, linked with a January move away from Atletico, of course. Tottenham said to be inquiring about his availability on loan, while Rafa Benitez up at Newcastle, also in the Premier League, considering making a bid to sign the Atletico man on a permanent basis. But what a goal that is. Can't watch that too many times. Gabi brings it under control. Griezmann lays it back. Jimenez lifts it forward down the channel. Cut out by Escudero. Gabi in with the challenge, and it is the captain of Atletico that wins it back. Although the away team win it straight back. And Correa has his shirt pulled quite blatantly as well. It's going to be the first yellow card of the evening. Jose Maria Jimenez, the recipient of it. Simeone off the bench. So yeah, he does get a real handful of it, and it's a daft challenge to make. Torreira got past him. It's just a case of, if you go past me, it's either you or the ball. So a free kick will be taken by Eva Banega. 5 Sevilla players up and around the edge of the Atletico penalty area. Driven low. Gabi took his foot completely off that. It looks like in the end it was quite an intelligent thing to do, but I've got a feeling that he most certainly didn't mean that. Gabriel Fernandez Arenas. There's Diego Simeone just pointing out to the referee. I don't really understand what he had to complain about the booking. Maybe he was talking about an earlier incident, of course. Let's go going forward again with Saul, and they are picking out the side that Jesus Navas is on to try and make some inroads down. Well, to be fair, Vasalico has also had his fair share of possession. The goal came through the centre, so all in. Gamero just trying a fancy flick. Sevilla side not to try and play it out, and there is quite a bit of retribution, but Correa turning into Jimenez here. Not really too much in that, maybe just caught him, but Jimenez goes over like he's been taken down by a sniper from the stands. Perfectly okay now though, as that free kick is taken. Sergio Rico off his line before Kevin Gamero once again can pounce. Almost got in the last time. That cross came in from that side, and sniffing around on that occasion too. Another high ball forward. Not necessarily sure that's the best course of action. Certainly playing 3 at the back now. They've gone to 3-5-2. Slightly lopsided one, but Saul down the left, Vasalico down the right. The three holding midfielders. Koke, Gabi, maybe Angel Correa slightly further forward. Griezmann and Gamero still up front, but Lucas Hernandez has definitely been pulled in alongside Godin and Jose Jimenez. If Sevilla are to play those long balls and not win the headers, they have to win the second balls, and at the moment they're not. And Zonzi flicks it out wide to Escudero, who tries to go round Vasalico, manages to prod it past him, but Gabi picks it back up now. Angel Correa leaves it once again for Vasalico. That's not a bad ball in, it's not that far away. Gamero diving in for the header. And once again, Sevilla's defence living dangerously. It's a really good ball, whipped in, and Gamero centimetres away, not reading the fly to the ball well at all. Sevilla continues to play like this. The Frenchman will have more and more opportunities, one suspects. Franco Vázquez with the flick in, and Zonzi wins it back well. Both players begin to pick themselves back up. Zonzi not quite up yet. Angel Correa is. There's a reverse pass to the far side of the area. It's a good tackle though from Lucas Hernandez to take it away from Sarabia. Sevilla on the attack once more, almost as if they just want to outscore Atletico. No thought of defending this lead. Franco Vázquez lays it back to Urbanega into the feet of Joaquin Correa. Of course, both Correas on the pitch. There's the ball whipped in, Godin's near post header, clears the danger. I'll tell you on the bench, of course, is Pitolo for Atletico. Didn't get a very warm reception when stepping off the Atletico de Madrid team bus on the way in. Won't say what was shouted, but I can tell you it wasn't particularly complimentary. Of course, he agreed the switch in the summer from Sevilla to Atletico. Spent the first half of the season on loan with Las Palmas. Is Pablo Sarabia once again, and Sevilla throw right in that top left corner of the field. It has been such a hectic game already, even in his opening 22.5 minutes. You can see there the ball lost 48 times overall. Flipped in now. Sarabia tries to control, looks up and just thucks it off the legs of the defender and away for a corner. This will give a chance for Mercado and Longley to come from the back. Right footed, and swinging to the near post, and Zonzi tries the flick. It hits Lucas and is eventually prodded away by Jose Maria Jimenez. Urbanega lifts it up, keeper comes, keeper claims. Moy hoping to get Atletico forward as quickly as possible. Instead, rolls it out short to Godin, and the build-up begins from within Atletico's half. Again, Escudero pulled in by Correa. Vasalico with space. Griezmann with another opportunity. This time putting his left-footed shot high and wide. Look at the space for Griezmann as well. The marking for Sevilla, and there's the inquest. You can see Gabriel Mercado asking where was the player supposed to be marking Griezmann. Maybe the midfielder is supposed to be dropping back, but Montella is saying you've got to keep an eye on Vasalico here. Good coaching from the Italian. Try and fix the problem as quickly as possible. Strong challenge. And I think Joaquin Correa thought that was a throw for Sevilla, but it's not. It's Vasalico who will take it for Atletico de Madrid. Across to that far side, Lucas with the reverse ball up and over looking for Vasalico. And this time Joaquin Correa drops back. Maybe the instruction was that Correa must drop back, and Escudero must be the one to tell him. Keep him on his toes. Montella, though, on the edge of his technical area. Zonzi trying to turn away from Griezmann, does ever so well. The ball up and over. The idea was good from Franco Vázquez, but it was never going to find Jesus Navas, and Zonzi recovers it for Sevilla. Eva Banega wanted it in the centre. Camero was tracking back with him. His long leg, running it across to Escudero. Considers going back to the Frenchman, and does. Pushed across to that far side by Mercado for Navas. Sevilla doing well here to keep possession. As soon as I bring that up, they almost give it away. And down the line, they have done eventually. Not able to even get out of their own half. Atletico just sitting back and doing what Atletico do best. Now Diego Simeone knows that one goal will keep them in it. I've got to say, one goal isn't really enough, is it? They need two to go through. Neither of these two sides playing such strong starting 11s really want an additional 90 minutes. Atletico, of course, will have that run of 3 home games in La Liga Santander. They face, I was going to say, a resurgent Las Palmas. Might be a bit strong, but having beaten Valencia, confidence will be higher than it would have been. They face Las Palmas at the weekend as Moya plays around with it, and then eventually his distribution lets him down, and the Sevilla supporters pleased about that. Jan Oblak, he's on the bench. He's Atletico's Copa del Rey keeper, and that's fair enough to say. Played in each of 5 games so far. Drew with Elche in the very first game before beating them 3-0 in Wanda Metropolitano. And they beat Lleida, only Lleida, 7-0 on aggregate, as that tackle from Eva Banega earns him a yellow card. Professional circles, that's called a reducer from the former Boca Juniors and Valencia man, now in his second spell, of course, with Sevilla, having rejoined them after a season with Inter. And here's the first goal for Sevilla, a volley from Escudero. And on the night, it was cancelled out by this wonder strike. Up and over Rico. Saul has the throw on Atletico's left. It comes all the way back to Lucas Hernandez. They've probably reverted to the 4-4-2, though it is Vasalico's playing really high up. You can see there Lucas Hernandez on the far side, not really venturing forward at the moment. They want to keep 3 at the back, do Atletico. Just lifts it up and over Murillo, and looks around and says, where is everybody? And sitting back now, Sevilla, trying to defend, but defending quite narrowly at the moment. Good knockdown from Sarabia to find Jesus Navas, who intelligently turns it back to Mercado. And a high ball for Lucas Hernandez, who is sitting deep, defending against Sarabia. That's probably why he is doing exactly that. Ever so well, as long as he gets the flick on, no foul, says the referee. He and Gabi both going in for that ball 50-50. Saul flicks it on, Griezmann tries to win it, but Mercado knocks to safety with a throw-in already given by the linesman further up the field. It was a robust challenge, but nothing too untoward about it. The challenge had to be made by Gabi. Referee Mr. Martinez Munuera rightly not giving a free kick on that occasion. Navas with the ball down the channel. Muriel will take off after it, but get it all the way back to Moya by Godin. There's Lucas Hernandez starting deep once again. Forward to Saul. Cross to Basalico, who just shields his eyes from the floodlights. Back it goes, and Atletico are beginning to find a rhythm once more. They've had opportunities to be leading in this one, haven't they, Atletico, since going behind, and in fact since levelling matters. Now here is Joaquin Correa. Angel Correa is opposite number 11 with him. Sees the space start opening up in front of him. Pulls it back, but got in very well positioned. Oh, and a cheeky bit of skill there from the Uruguayan. The home supporter's not too keen on that, but he did ever so well, didn't he? Back in the side after missing the game against Girona. Stefan Savic benched by Simeone. Good run by Correa, but look at this from Godin, taking Muriel out of the picture. And he had to be careful. Sarabia wasn't that far away. The home fans saying that Lucas Hernandez had gained a few yards there. Basalico will have plenty of yards in which to pull this down and make his way forward. 4 ahead of him. Correa does ever so well. Gamero, the nearest player to him. There's a good interchange of passes. Angel tries to get away, takes the shot, deflects off Longley, well wide of the mark, but intricate play from Atletico. There's the through ball. Decided not to take it first time, which maybe he should have done. Hindsight being a wonderful thing, of course, but didn't want to take it with his right, did he? He didn't deflect off the Sevilla man. It is a throw into the home side. Jesus Navas looking slightly uncomfortable at right back, it has to be said. So having said it was Sevilla's throw-in a few moments ago, it now most certainly is 1-2 Atletico. Lucas Hernandez balled up from deep, trying to find the head of a teammate, and there's the shot deflected away and down. Basalico recovers on this near side. Back to Jose Maria Jimenez. Godin. There's the entire Atletico team ahead of him. And his distribution there lets him down, up and over the top of the right back. And here's Basalico's heat map. Already really putting in the yards, putting in the meters for Atletico down this left-hand side. Scudero rolls it back, clipped upfield by Longley, and there's the move I was talking about. They have to pick up the second ball, Sevilla. Good tackle by Franco Vázquez. Muriel caught slightly off guard. Coque calms things down, and Jose Maria Jimenez will go all the way back to the keeper. Zonzi with a firm header. Not quite sure why it was left by Vázquez, but it was, and Atletico in possession once more. Basalico goes long himself. Longley doesn't reach it. Mercado covering. Griezmann in again. Angel Correa goes over. No free kick. And Zonzi into the centre of midfield. It is Pablo Sarabia. That's a glorious ball to Joaquin Correa. Muriel was at the far post, but he just couldn't get there in time. Raise it back for Franco Vázquez to the edge of the area. The crowd baying for Banega to hit it. He's got 3 to aim for in the centre. It's Godin once again with the clearing header. Banega picks it up, rolls it back to Jesus Navas. Zonzi was offering himself, but it will come across, one would suspect, again. And it does to Escudero. It's all about putting the crossover and then produces a completely overhit pass. And Diego Simeone just telling his side to calm down. These two sides met earlier in the season in La Liga Santander in the middle of September. Atletico 1-2-0 in Wanda Metropolitano with Carrasco and Griezmann getting on the score sheet. There's 1 win each so far and 1-1 on the night here in Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan. Jose Maria Jimenez will come across with Lucas Hernandez taking up his central role. He can play in the centre, so it's not as if the left-back is doing a Jesus Navas, so to speak. He certainly has filled in the middle. The brother of Real Madrid's Theo Hernandez, of course, formerly of Atletico de Madrid. Into the chest of Vasalica, who had time to bring it down, flick it forward. No foul. Yep, there is a foul there, says the referee. Coque just manoeuvred out of the way by Sarabia. No card though. Still only one card aside. Jose Maria Jimenez and Eva Banega, the recipient of those. So Gabi, the visitors' captain, back in the side, will take this free kick. Two players on this right-hand side, three in the centre and one on the left. It's coming down the right and doesn't find anybody in a yellow shirt. Now Muriel, he'll have to hold this up or try and win. Sevilla throw. Instead he gives it straight back to Atletico, takes it out of play. Right under the nose of his coach. Salico looking down the line. Camero can't hold it up. Nzonzi nudges it forward. Franco Vasquez does well, but between them they give it straight back. In fact, it was Angel Correa. We'll have to go to the oppositions at some point as Angel Correa is fouled. No foul, says the referee. Ball one. Don't think the Atletico fans in that small triangular section felt that wasn't a foul. The replay shows it was a very good challenge indeed by Escudero. Here is Franco Vasquez. Back it goes to Escudero into the centre for Eva Banega. Likes to pull the strings of Sevilla and does a very good job of it. And he's permitted to into the feet of it. Banega once more, but just closed down and rushed into it. Gabi with the flick. That time it was Gamero, but cleared up and all the way back to Sergio Rico. And one thing Sevilla mustn't forget is that they are still winning, and they will be the team that progresses to the semi-finals if things stay as they are. And only have extra time and indeed penalties if Atletico score a second and it stays like that. Here is Clement Longley, former Nancy youth teamer and indeed first teamer. It's a good ball down the right now. There's Navas on the overlap. Here he is, looking into the centre, lifts it back to the edge of the area. Headed down, wide of the mark from Franco Vasquez. Glorious opportunity though for the home side. Really good cross from Jesus Navas, and you have to think at some point during the game that Simon Kjær will come on in the centre perhaps. Navas moved up to the right. And indeed Gabriel Mercado moved over to right back. It's a very good opportunity. Franco Vasquez no doubt will see that one going through his mind when he closes his eyes tonight, especially if Sevilla end up not qualifying for the semi-finals, the draw for which is in 3 days' time on Friday. And Zonzi with the pass back, overcooked though. Banega not able to bring it under control. Saul for Gabi in an advanced position. He then loses out. Saul gets the tackle. It's not a legal one on Pablo Sarabia. Pablo Sarabia Garcia, born in Madrid and formerly of Real, came up through their youth ranks and played for their B side for a couple of years before Getafe paid 2.7 million euros for his services back in 2011. But after 5 years with Los Azulones, he joined Sevilla in the summer of 2016. And new technology showing Angel Correa's view, but not showing the fact that he's only got 1 foot. Gabi to Griezmann. Gamero waiting, but clearly offside. Angel Correa now. Look at the numbers of white shirts in front, or the number of white shirts in front of the Atletico players there. Now they have to get those white shirts forward to help Pablo Sarabia, but Saul comfortably dispossesses the Sevilla winger. And it's the home team player who prods it behind the goal line. Good work that from Saul. Well, Simeone has brought his Atletico side to Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan on 7 occasions during his time in charge of Los Colchoneros. They've won only twice. The last time was 2 seasons ago when Coque, Gabi and Jackson scored, as Correa is knocked over. Looks like he's going to be okay. It's a bit stunned though. The arm across from Vesalico, just catching him across the face. The third of those goal scorers for Atletico in their last win here. Jackson Martinez had a very short-lived stay before moving to China. Calling so Evergrande, in actual fact. Banega controls in front of Mercado. Wide, and that's very good interplay. And I've got to say, everything Banega's involved in, until perhaps that pass looks precise, looks determined, he's leading by example. This is where Atletico can be dangerous, but they need themselves perhaps to get more bodies forward quicker. Looking for the run forward for Griezmann, he won't reach that, well marked by Longley. High ball up and over, and Antoine Griezmann standing at 5'9". Certainly not short by any means, but never been seen particularly as a target man. Mercado decides to clear the lines. 4 minutes left of this hotly disputed and highly entertaining opening half here. So the Copa del Rey in previous rounds, when the big teams enter the top 2 professional divisions of Spanish football, it is 2 legs, and more often than not one of those 2 legs isn't always the best spectacle, but certainly the whole country becomes interested when it reaches the quarter-final stages. And all 4 ties this week are very finely balanced indeed. Gabi again around 15 yards inside the Sevilla half with a free kick. Last time he played it into that gap on this near side. Instead this time he goes short to Griezmann, who will turn. It's all a bit intricate. Correa's final pass in. Offside against Kevin Gamero. Just seemed to scuff the floor as well as catching the ball, didn't he? And Gamero was offside. Dear, that is marginal. My word. The Lions would have seen that late, but a fractional decision goes the way of the home team. There it is, Bitolo waiting to come on. Victor Machin Perez returning to his former club for the first time. Muriel keeps it in, quickly closed down. I say he's done well there, but Griezmann pulls it away, and in the end the tackle from one striker on the other draws Mr. Martinez Munuera's whistle. Montella with the internationally recognised gesture of come on. I'm not sure, but the referee was, and so was the linesman. Now the cross in to the centre. Saul thought it was going to drop onto his head. Applause from Gamero for the effort. Saul was ready to pounce. It is well headed away. Good positioning from the Sevilla defence there. Atletico have only their second corner of the game. Only 3 corners in all in the opening 43.5 minutes. It will be Coque, right-footed into the near post, and Zonzi meets it. Now Muriel in a foot race with Angel Correa, and indeed a physical battle. Nothing doing, says the referee. Atletico have it. Thumped up and over to this near side. Gamero causing himself a bother. In the end, Godin commits the foul. Concedes the free kick on Mercado. Both coaches will already be preparing their half-time speeches, or will have prepared them. Sergio Rico preparing to clear the lines. Sevilla moving up all 10 outfield players into the Atletico half. High ball forward and grouped around the midfield there is Eva Banega. Looks to bring that under control, does ever so well, but turns himself back into trouble. Longley wins the header and the up and under from Escudero. Gabby felt he was caught by Franco Vázquez. Saúl with the up and under, headed back by Longley. Vázquez controls in midfield. Banega pokes it away from Saúl. Forward it goes again. Gabby having fully recovered. Ferreira goes flying in once again to Jose Maria Jimenez. Antoine Griezmann inquires of Joaquin Correa exactly if that kind of challenge was necessary to try and win it back, but I've got to say, with a game with this much passion and riding and so much, wasn't really the worst challenge. He gave him a nudge, he did lose his footing and put it up, but it was cynical but certainly not dangerous by any means. It is a free kick to Atletico. Still, the Sevilla fans don't let the chorus drop. The volume inside the arena really is quite spectacular. And there is the half-time whistle. So the very, very early goal from Sevilla gave them the early advantage. Sergio Escudero with it, volleying in Pablo Sarabia's cross. But just 14 minutes later, Antoine Griezmann with a spectacular strike of his own up and over Sergio Rico. So the teams heading level. The half-time scoreline reads Sevilla 1, Atletico Madrid 1, 3-2 to Sevilla on aggregate. Do join us again in a few minutes for the second half.
Every time it's too nice out to be a work day, a Corona gets its lime. And every time you decide a Tuesday should feel like a Saturday, a Corona gets its lime. Every time you've got a view like that, or every time the best seat in the house isn't in the house. Every time the stars come out to play, or you dance the night away, a Corona gets its lime. And every time you put that away, a Corona gets its lime.
Money is like life. You have to decide how to spend it. And just like life, every decision affects every other decision. Especially when the big things come up. You have to be able to step back and see what they mean not just today, but tomorrow. So we created some simple, free tools to help you see how all of your money and investments work together. So you can make smart choices about how to spend your money and your life. Personal Capital. Get to know your money.
Attention! If you currently wear eyeglasses or contact lenses, stay tuned for an important message.
Are you tired of wearing glasses or contact lenses? Have you had it with the way they put a strain on your life and your wallet?
The LASIK Vision Institute could be what you've been searching for. With procedures starting as low as $299 per eye and over 1 million procedures performed by our trusted independent surgeons, LASIK surgery is a sensible, safe, and affordable solution to improve your vision. Better vision can be both safe and easy with the LASIK Vision Institute. Our simple 3-step process begins with a free evaluation, followed by an extensive preoperative exam to determine if you're a candidate for LASIK eye surgery. Depending on the results of your evaluation and eye exam, you and your surgeon will choose the LASIK option that works best for you.
Don't wait any longer. Call the number below to talk to a LASIK Vision Institute counselor to schedule your free evaluation. That's a $100 value free. Call the LASIK Vision Institute and enjoy more of your life.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product? Do you think companies would be interested in your idea? Do you want to try to get a patent? Then call InventHelp now. InventHelp keeps your idea confidential and explains every step of the invention process. Join the thousands of people just like you who chose InventHelp to pursue their idea. We are experienced. We are working for you. We are InventHelp. Get started with your idea. Call for free information.
Call 1-800-716-0441. That's 1-800-716-0441.
La semana es larga y necesitas un poco de sabor en tu vida. Déjanos consentirte con guacamole fresco, tostón tropical o camarones al ajillo. Todos están aquí para pasar un buen rato. Elige una bebida y nosotros te la servimos. No esperamos hasta el viernes para tratar bien a nuestros clientes. Disfruta de una de nuestras entrañas preferidas, la entraña Cayenne, entraña Taberna y la entraña 5 estrellas, cubierto con camarones salteados, tocino y queso derretido. City Tavern, donde el fin de semana comienza el lunes.
What an exciting first half of the second leg of the quarterfinals of the Copa del Rey. It is 1-1 at halftime with the 3-2 aggregate advantage in favor of Sevilla. Let's take a look back at what was an intense 45 minutes from the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan. El Niño Torres on the bench. And just 30 seconds in, it is the opening goal for Sevilla. You got to like the play out wide. The touch by Franco Vasquez out wide to Sarabia allowed Escudero to get into the penalty area unattended, unmarked, and he scores a fabulous goal beating Versalco to the ball, and it is 1-0 for Sevilla just 30 seconds in. And then about a minute and a half later, Jose Maria Jimenez elevating for the header, forcing an important save from Sergio Rico. And those Uruguayans, they have that knack for getting up in the air and scoring on headers, him and Godin. Still 1-0 at this point. 13th minute, Atleti pushing forward in those all-yellow kits, and it's the French 2G network. Gameiro chesting it down for the golazo for Griezmann, his second in the Copa del Rey, and that was an important goal for Atletico, closing the aggregate to 3-2. Look at this, with the left and then on the right. This is a brilliant goal, and Sergio Rico can always say que Rico golazo, and it's 1-1 at this point. 37th minute, Franco Vasquez, important in the first goal, had a chance to give Sevilla the 2-1 advantage, but he missed it wide. Perfect service by Jesus Navas. And Franco Vasquez, former Palermo man, can't finish it. Brilliant, brilliant first half between two excellent teams at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan. We'll have more of the Express halftime after this quick break.
Hold together. A little to the left. Easy. All right. We've all got places to go.
Washington crossing the Delaware Turnpike? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Sean saved by switching to Geico.
Big man with a horn.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
DirecTV has been rated #1 in customer satisfaction over cable for 17 years running. But some people still like cable, just like some people like pre-shaken sodas, having their seat kicked on an airplane, being rammed by a shopping cart, sitting in gum, and walking into a glass door. But for everyone else, there's DirecTV. For #1 rated customer satisfaction over cable, switch to DirecTV and get a $200 reward card. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Coming up, America's new secret pleasure, Deal Dash. But first, the weather.
Yes! Sign here, please.
Another package from Deal Dash.
Thanks. Can you put it over there? I won! Don't worry, babe. On Deal Dash, shipping's always free.
Hey, wanna go shopping? Can't. I'm in the middle of a really hot auction for some super cute stuff. Mom, are you on Deal Dash too?
Shush, I'm in the middle of a very important auction.
DealDash.com auctions thousands of cool new products and offers a 90-day money-back guarantee on your first bid-pack purchase.
I won! Wow! Mom, what'd you win?
Look, Mrs. K, I won.
Deal Dash, the fair and honest online auction site for exciting deals and always free shipping. Visit DealDash.com.
UTEP's key guard Keith Frazier and the Miners come face-to-face with UAB's forward Chris Coakley and the Blazers. UTEP versus UAB, Thursday on beIN Sports.
Looking for a day? We're lucky to be hosting Ronaldo, who's here in America for a match.
1-1 at the break at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan. Let's break down the first Sevilla goal here. All four attacking players for Vincenzo Montela's side get a touch onto this ball. The pass by Vasquez out wide to Sarabia does very well because it allows Escudero to get into the area unattended, and then he finishes it. And then Griezmann dropping back into the midfield is available for Gameiro, who gets in front of Mercado to chest it down, and then Griezmann lobs a perfect shot over Sergio Rico for the 1-1. Looking forward to an exciting second half, but we'll have more of the Express halftime show here on beIN Sports when we return.
Get your win on with the Cricket Unlimited 2 plan. Get 4 lines of unlimited data for $100 a month. Plus, switch now and get up to 4 free LG Fortune phones. All on a network that covers over 99% of Americans. Cricket Wireless, something to smile about.
¿Cómo te conviertes en la marca más confiable de SUVs? Haciendo vehículos que están atentos para las personas que no lo están. Haciendo vehículos que detectan lo que ellos no pueden detectar. Haciendo vehículos con 3 filas para la carga más importante. Vamos más lejos para lo más preciado en tu vida. Así es Ford. Y así es como te conviertes en la marca más confiable de SUVs.
Get your win on with the Cricket Unlimited 2 plan. Get 4 lines of unlimited data for $100 a month. Plus, switch now and get up to 4 free LG Fortune phones. All on a network that covers over 99% of Americans. Cricket Wireless, something to smile about.
These guys handle a bunch of G's. Yep.
It's a type of deceleration that causes the perception of weight.
Not getting it yet? It's basically the same stuff a fighter jet pilot endures when developing high-speed maneuvers. But here, they go through a bunch of pain on purpose. These guys are technically superheroes. They wear gloves like the Spider Guy, a helmet, a sturdy suit like the Super Dude, minus the cape. In other words, they are the last glass of water in the desert, the prime rib of every restaurant.
I'm vegetarian.
I mean zucchini. Get this straight. They travel around the world, get to be around cool peeps,
So fun.
have their own garage, dedicated teams, and ride a kick-ass 1,000cc prototype machine that can run over 215 miles an hour. Crazy, huh? So what's not to like about the fastest motorcycle racing sport of all mankind? Come and see it. It's fun already. It's here on beIN Sports.
Atletico need 2 goals in the second half and prevent a goal from Escudero or whoever else on Sevilla in order to advance to the semifinals of the Copa del Rey. Second half kickoff coming up next here on beIN Sports.
My husband's probably going to think I'm crazy. He thinks I'm going to see my sister.
Sometimes the confidence to be spontaneous starts with financial stability.
Once I heard it, I was shocked. I just thought, I have to go get it.
It's our tree.
See how a personalized financial strategy and access to JP Morgan investment expertise can help you. Chase, make more of what's yours.
The moment you realize your half bath needs your full attention.
At Lowe's, we'll help you turn the bathroom you have into the one you've always wanted at a price that fits your budget. All projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's.
Hurry into Lowe's and get a 30-inch vanity with mirror for only $199.
Evacuations are underway as a meteor heads toward the metro area.
Go, 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 go! We can fit more! There's still more room.
We gotta go.
Juicer!
We don't have a juicer.
The Volkswagen Tiguan. It fits everything you need and everything you don't.
Valencia 2 from the first leg, and then at 9:30 it is Real Madrid against Leganés. Real Madrid 1-0 up, that late goal from them in Butarque. And then Thursday night, 9:30 Central European time, Barcelona against Espanyol, the local derby. The Blanqui Blau 1-0 up from the first encounter last week in the RCD Stadium, and they face a very tough prospect holding on to that, but that is what the Copa del Rey is all about. Surprises. Imagine if it had been one leg. I have to say I'm an advocate of the one-legged system, not necessarily in the semi-final stages perhaps, or maybe even in the quarter-finals, but most certainly in the earlier stages. The smaller teams play at home first against the bigger teams. The second leg always gives the bigger teams that cushion. Simi Vasalico just running the ball out over on that far side. I will run you through the two starting lineups. Sergio Rico is in goal for Sevilla. Sergio Escudero, Gabriel Mercado, Clement Longley and Jesus Navas at right back in place of the injured Sebastian Corchia. And we'll just check what happens here as the referee, has he awarded a penalty? He has. Saul in on Joaquin Correa, and I think Sevilla, they scored inside the opening 26 seconds of the first half, and now they have themselves a penalty inside the opening 2 minutes of the second. Jumped across him. Oh, and he really thumped him, didn't he? You see that there, the shoulder really catching Correa in the face. And Correa, who was causing problems to Jose Maria Jimenez in the first half, is laid out flat by Saul Iñiguez Esclapez. I've got to say, sportingly, Saul checking that he is okay. And he's going to get himself back up here. Joaquin Correa, the Argentinian, formerly of Sampdoria. Cold water down the back of the neck. Correa is helped off, I have to say. I wonder if he's going to be able to continue. That really was some blow, but it is a penalty to Sevilla, and this would really leave Atletico with a mountain to climb. They started the first half about as badly as they could have done, conceding that goal inside the first 30 seconds. And I've got to say, history is repeating itself here at the start of the second period. It is Ever Banega who will take it. And Sevilla go 4-2 ahead on aggregate. 2-1 ahead on the night. No reaction from Vincenzo Montella, but absolute delight all around us here in Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan. And has that just put Sevilla into the semi-finals. You see there Jimenez pointing to the right, saying Ever Banega is going to put it in that corner. Oof, he did, didn't he? The goalkeeper went the right way and was at full stretch, but that really is a very, very well hit penalty indeed, right into that corner. Enough power, enough accuracy to take Miguel Angel Moya out of the equation. And Sevilla back in the lead. Simeone saying, come on, we've got to get on with this. Of course, if Atletico do now turn the tide of the game round on the night, then it'll be they who go through on away goals. But they now have to score two and are back to where they were at the beginning of the game with only 45 minutes of it remaining. Antoine Griezmann out wide to Saul. Saul just has his legs clipped there by Pablo Sarabia. And you'll see there that Correa is back on the field, back upright. But they have defending to do now as Coque prepares to send this into the area. Jorge Resurrección Merodio. It'll be Gabi that actually ends up doing that. Oh, that's a set piece, I'm not too sure. Headed away by Correa. Down by Franco Vázquez, the flick up and over. Correa comes away with it. And Basalico eventually gets the tackle in on him. And these Sevilla supporters now sensing they could be taking a huge step into the final four of the Copa del Rey. As I say, a competition they've not won since 2010. They've only won it 5 times in their history. They've been runners-up on 3 occasions. Atletico with a more prestigious history in the competition, 10 wins for them. And indeed 9 times as runners-up, including that defeat by Sevilla. The last time Atletico won the Copa del Rey was back in 2013 under Diego Simeone, when they beat Real Madrid in the Santiago Bernabeu after extra time. Ronaldo had given the home team, well, effectively on a neutral venue, but certainly Real Madrid being the home team that night. Ronaldo had given them the lead. Diego Costa equalised, and then in extra time, João Miranda with the winner. It is Kevin Gamero, just given a nudge by Mercado, and it's cleared away for a throw in to Los Colchoneros. Lucas Hernandez will make his way up this left-hand side. I've got a feeling this tie is not over. Not a particularly brave thing to say with so long left, 39 minutes remaining, given how open Sevilla have tended to be. Atletico will look back on those missed chances in the opening half. But they mustn't rue them just yet. They have to create more if indeed they want to be the team who progresses. Saul with the control, looks to go around the outside, and Mercado gets in a decent ball over to the centre. An opportunity now, what a stop that is! Angel Correa took the touch, and Sergio Rico off his line, still not away however. Now Pablo Sarabia has the opportunity to clear it. Saul going again, squeezed out, and they continue. And really battling from Jesus Navas, and I've got a feeling. And it is a goal kick. Well played by Jesus Navas. What an opportunity. Griezmann deliberately left that. Correa went for power. What a stop by Sergio Rico. The right arm was up. Look at that. What a strong save. What a strong right forearm. Very, very well played indeed by the 24-year-old Sevilla youth team product, so highly rated in their goal, Sergio Rico González. Now the game just beginning to bubble over here. Bit of handbags in the centre. And Gabi, of all people, not exactly leading by example. The atmosphere getting even spicier. Mr. Martinez Munuera, he's got the cards out. Yellow card for Gabi. He's not too happy about that, is he? Frustration just beginning to show for Atletico here. And they're looking to their captain to try perhaps influence the game. He's doubling up and over. And there's confirmation of Franco Vázquez also having his name taken from that scuffle in the middle of the park. The end result is a free kick to Atletico de Madrid. Got a feeling it was about 5 or 10 yards back from there, but nevertheless the referee allowing it to be taken. Again, that strange formation. Obviously off the training ground. Gabi lifts it over to the far side. Godin gets the header in and only manages to do so by manhandling Clement Lenglet. There's the foul. It's foot up by Muriel on Coque. It's going to be a painful one if he kicked the bottom of the studs, but not quite sure what's going on here. Saul and Franco Vázquez, and then Gabi seemed to just get himself heavily involved. And it was he who ended up receiving the yellow card. Pablo Sarabia just bounced out of it there by Coque on this near side, so it will be a throw-in to Atletico, which Lucas Hernandez will take. Now Vincenzo Montella is on the edge of his technical area. Probably wants his team to maybe just calm down. They're 4-2 ahead on aggregate. They do not need to do anything daft here. And by that, I mean start picking up too many bookings. Are they going to bring on 3 strikers? They're taking off Diego Costa, and Griezmann didn't go down well in the Wanda Metropolitano at the weekend against Girona. Ended up with Diego Costa. It was revealed Diego Costa was injured as Saul can't control the throw, just bounces off him and behind, and I've got a feeling Sergio Rico won't be rushing into taking this. And he does get move it across quite quickly. Atletico staying forward here, trying to apply the pressure, win the ball back from the Sevilla defence. The whistles go up. Vitolo off the bench, warming up. It is Fernando Torres, and he will replace Gabi. So Gabi booked, Gabi in the centre of the scuffle, and Gabi off. Quick decision made there by the referee, and there you can see Vitolo came out and the whistles were for him. Foul on Escudero, leaves him with a sore left ankle. Made all the better by the fact that his side are winning on the night, and indeed winning by some margin on aggregate. Coque just trying to rally the Atletico side, who are now playing with 3 strikers on the field. You can see Antoine Griezmann just pulling out wide right, Angel Correa on the left, Torres and Griezmann through the middle. High ball forward looking for Muriel, and it's all the way back to Miguel Angel Moya. Well left there by Jimenez, just guiding it away from the Sevilla striker. Do Atletico have the wherewithal? Angel Correa picking up the booking for that tackle on Escudero. Very melodic tune being sung around the Sanchez Pizjuan now. Challenge from Sarabia, it's another throw, and one thing Sevilla will do, there's the challenge that earned the booking. One thing Sevilla will do is just able to slow things down, break up the play. So a flurry of yellow cards. Jose Maria Jimenez, Gabi, and now Angel Correa with the yellow cards. Ever Banega and Franco Vázquez for the home team. So 5 yellow cards dished out by the referee. Diego Godin back across to Jimenez. Sevilla will be more than happy if Atletico are pinned back into passing between their 2 central defenders. Angel Correa with a bit of space. Jesus Navas just trying to hold him up, just runs into him, well positioned Jesus Navas, but Angel Correa twisted one way, twisted the other. Navas stayed where he was, more or less. That's a good ball in. Sarabia can't return it to Muriel though, and Angel Correa will turn and find Lucas Hernandez, who's been freed into a more attacking position. Fernando Torres with his first intervention, and he will win Atletico the throw. He's had some heroic moments for Atletico in the past. Is he going to have another one tonight? Vitolo still going through his paces. Long, high, looping throw, headed away, but well, headed up by Navas, certainly not away. Hooked up, and that time he's away by Ever Banega. Jose Maria Jimenez picks it up. Griezmann down the line for Visalico. The tackle made, and Escudero tries to keep it in, and just thumps it down the line. Coque returns it quickly. Now there will be a change, and Yannick Carrasco who comes on. And it will be Angel Correa. It does seem that Diego Simeone is withdrawing players as they're booked. In this second half at least anyway. And Salico looking for an option, finds Koke. Back to the fullback. Correa stayed with him, Joaquin Correa that is, and now Mercado heads away. Behind for a corner to Atletico. Half an hour remaining, just over. Sevilla want a very nervy into the encounter. They have to stay strong, have to try and manoeuvre the ball away from their own penalty area. But since they've taken the lead on the night, Atletico have been the team coming forward. Lifted up towards the penalty spot where Godin meets it over the bar. Captain. Virtually unmarked as well, yeah, it really was, but to him for hammering the ball away. It's a bit hit and miss, that rule, on some days, I must admit. Wasting time by kicking the ball away. We're only in the 63rd minute. Jesus Navas being daft. There's Thomas Partey ready to come on down below us. So that will be the third change. So Bitolo will not come on to face Sevilla. He'll be able to sit down. I've got a feeling he would have liked to have done. Maybe Pardon will be quite relieved. A player coming off. He's the number 24, Thomas Partey, or Jose Maria Jimenez. So there is Bitolo. He will not be against his former club. So we'll have to see what rearrangements, what tactical changes will be made now. At this moment, Saul is filling in at left back. I don't think he'll be there for too long as that ball is played over. Sevilla now will have more and more space to go forward in. That's well played by Sarabia down the line from Muriel. Turns. Well played by him round the outside of Godin. Sevilla getting forward but quickly crowded out, and eventually the ball crosses. Line taken over it by Pablo Sarabia. So he's virtually rolled all the time. Maybe just tactical tweaks here and there as this game goes on. But they need 2 goals in the remaining 25 minutes to Atletico. There cannot be extra time. He really is named, set himself up, set Atletico up very attackingly now as Diego Simeone. And it's up to Sevilla whether to go forward and press or whether to sit back and see what Atletico have got to offer. Saul tries to turn it away in his new role at left back for Atletico. Jesus Navas in his new role at right back for Sevilla will take the throw. Still changes to be made for the home team. No substitutions made as yet. 66 minutes on the clock. Miguel Angel Moya quickly off his line, telling Saul not to bother touching it. This one's going long. You have to wonder in the last few minutes whether Diego Godin might even go up front, offer some support as a target man. He has done it in the past. Lucas Hernandez turns it back to the Uruguayan. He turns, finds Moya. And they do find some space over on the right. Godin down the line, but pass was telegraphed, and that's well played. Joaquin Correa just turning away there from Visalico. I'm feeling Sevilla are beginning to enjoy this now. Moya with the ball out. Jesus Navas with the header. Probably could have taken that down by the time Saul was going to reach it. Instead, Lucas Hernandez. Covers. Here's the piece of skill from Joaquin Correa. Just the slight flick takes it away from Visalico and keeps it in. Saul down the left. Carrasco playing as the inverted wide man and pulling onto his right foot more often than not. Saul though. Benega sold Saul with the dummy. It was Carrasco that picked it up once again into the area. Navas gets the vital foot in, offside though. Let's have a look here. It did look like, quite clear decision. Sergio Rico will take the free kick. Only 2 offsides, both of them going to Sevilla against Atletico. Atletico adding to their squad in the January transfer window with the signing of Diego Costa and indeed Vitolo, both of whom arrived or signed for the club months before. Vitolo during the summer transfer window and neither allowed to play until January the 1st because of Atletico's transfer embargo in the summer. They've allowed Vieto and Moreira to leave, and there's also talk of Nico Gaitan. He has several options. Looks like he is definitely leaving. Swansea City and the Premier League and Inter, Fenerbahce, Boca Juniors, Sporting, Monterrey in Mexico and Shanghai Shenhua all linked with his services. But at the moment he will be watching on from home, like every one of us is, whether Atletico in the remaining 21 minutes plus what the referee adds on, if Los Colchoneros can find a way back into this. Saul to Coque. Coque across to Visalico on that far side. Thomas Partey, I'm sure he's touched the ball. Now he has, holding it back to Diego Godin. Coque looking for options, fires it forward. Thomas Partey picks it up in a fair amount of space and clips it up and over. Saul away from Navas will put this ball in. Sergio Rico had to stretch. Griezmann thought he might well benefit. Joaquin Correa does ever so well. And Zonzi very intelligent, just clips it back to Escudero, and Sevilla's turn to play their way out of a tight situation. And Zonzi round the corner for Eva Banega. Takes it back over to the home team's left. Now Pablo Sarabia on the opposite flank from where he started. Jesus Navas wants it on the right. Eva Banega will find him. Sang put it into the centre, and it was a very dangerous ball in, turned away in the end by Lucas Hernandez. Sarabia pointed to where he wanted it. Lucas Hernandez doing ever so well. Clears it away, and Sevilla have themselves a corner. They're just beginning to slow things down now, the home side, aren't they? In terms of the ball being out, throw-ins being taken, corners being taken. It will be Eva Banega who sends this over right-footed. Montella at the bottom of your screen there, still directing operations. Over to the far post, headed out of the area, picked up by Franco Vázquez. Thinks about having a go, straight through to the goalkeeper though. Comfortable enough for Moya. The goalkeeper wastes no time in sending that forward. The crowd absolutely delighted with Jesus Navas playing in a defensive role. They're not used to that. Gets there ahead of Carrasco and heads the ball away for the throw. Perhaps trying to blindside the keeper, but fairly central in the end. Here it is, Coque into Thomas Partey. Antoine Griezmann wearing the glove, despite it being 12 degrees centigrade. Celsius, of course, in this day and age. Griezmann and Partey combining. It's all very tight. Sevilla finding those reserves of energy down the line now. Saul with a bit more space. He's got a cross in him as well. They're not closing him down particularly quickly, are they? So reaching the cup final has taken precedence for both these two sides, it appears. Sevilla, they take on Getafe on Sunday rather at 6:30 local time, and one has to consider the majority of these players will appear in that game. The game before that at 4:15. We'll see Atletico entertain Las Palmas. Again, the majority of these Atletico players will be involved. So it is Muriel who is withdrawn for Sevilla. And he gets a warm send-off, and coming on in his place, Bissam Ben Yedda, a 27-year-old former France under-21 international. So a change up top for the home team. So 3 French players now in the Sevilla lineup. Just the 3 for Atletico as well. 6 French players on the field. Down the line looking for Saul. Jesus Navas doing a very good job of containing him when he does come in field. It's just closing him down on this left flank for Atletico. Simeone must want more balls out here, because Saul does have a decent cross on him. He looks like a worried man though, doesn't he, Simeone? Here comes Sevilla once again. This time it's Pablo Sarabia wide right. Moves into the area and then just rolls a shot well wide of the mark in the end. Last season, Atletico Madrid reached the semi-finals, where they were beaten by Football Club Barcelona, who then went on to beat Alaves in the final, of course. Prior to that, 2 quarter-final appearances this stage of the competition. Semi-finalists in 2014, in the years since they've last won the trophy. Here come Atletico on the attack once more with Lucas Hernandez. Again, the Sevilla defence just repels the danger. Last time Sevilla reached the quarter-finals was back in 2015. They went out at that stage. Last season they exited as early as the round of 16. Runners-up in 2016, Sevilla. The foul is committed there on Franco Vázquez. So Sevilla again will just be able to calm things down. Banega with great skill tries to flick around the outside, and the home team have themselves a corner. Banega will go across. 15 minutes remaining here. Banega just saying to the lines and perhaps just collecting the ball. Don't worry, I'll pick my feet up. Taken short on this occasion too, Pablo Sarabia. Has a look back for Banega. Banega puts over the cross. Keeper doesn't come, headed away. Now Pablo Sarabia. Zonzi was getting himself onto that long leg, prods it forward. It's a good dummy by Coque. And now between Carrasco and Fernando Torres, the confusion goes on in the Atletico ranks. Simeone must be a worried man. As I said to you, Atletico haven't scored more than 2 goals in their last 6 games, bar the 2-0 home win against Getafe. There has been talk about the Costa dependencia, as they call it here in Spain, and the reliance on Diego Costa at the moment to score them goals. He was unavailable for the tie this evening, for the outing this evening. Due to that injury picked up against Girona. Sevilla fans aren't quite daring to celebrate just yet. Thomas Partey picks it up for Atleti. Griezmann, who since moving out to that right-hand side hasn't really been that heavily involved. Partey turns away. Franco Vázquez comes across, gets the block tackle in. Now Joaquin Correa will have to continue now. He does prod it through. Franco Vázquez just tries to be a bit fancy. Falls back to Vicente Ben Yedder. He lifts it up into the area. Moya will come across and claim. Lucas Hernandez. High ball forward once again, looking for Torres. Atletico pick up the second ball. Saul has a look round, moves it infield to Coque. Sevilla's defence drops back while Atletico are moving sideways. Now Basalico will whip it into the area and it's headed down and away. Escudero looks slightly frustrated with himself for giving away that corner. They say never give up, says the sign behind the goal. Sevilla most certainly have not tonight. Or it is said never give up. Of course, scuffling going on in the area will only benefit Sevilla. They want the game broken up. Yeah, Godin getting rid of Clement Lenglet. I'm sure Lenglet is a central defender, well used to that kind of behaviour. Nothing too harsh. This will come towards the edge of the area. Griezmann had to step back. Partey will play it in. Not convincing at all from Atletico, that. Poorly hit corner. Griezmann probably primed to shoot. Well won back by Coque into the feet of Partey. Partey thought about bringing it across to Carrasco, instead turns it back and hits it straight against Vicente Ben Yedder. Now Franco Vázquez, it's a glorious ball into Pablo Sarabia. Diego Godin comes across to him. Goes for goal! And scores off the legs of the Atletico defender. And Sevilla are 3-1 ahead and now on course for the Copa del Rey semi-finals. Finally catching Atletico de Madrid out. They pushed players forward, reduced the number of defenders that they had with the withdrawal of Jose Maria Jimenez. And it's now 5-2 on aggregate to Sevilla here. Didn't even have to perform a trick, Sarabia. Just looked up, waited, and off the inside of Godin's left ankle. The ball span. Past Miguel Angel Moya, unable to make a save. Right into that far corner, and now perhaps the Sevilla fans can start to dream. There are still some very heavyweight obstacles between them and a place in the final, of course. Real Madrid 1-0 up against Leganés, and facing Asia Garitano side in the Santiago Bernabeu tomorrow night. So Los Merengues will be firm favourites for that one. Valencia 2-1 ahead, going away to Alaves also tomorrow. And of course Barca, they face Espanyol on Thursday. 1-0 down, not sure the favourites to go through, so it could be. The Copa del Rey semi-finalists are 4 of the top 6, and that would ensure that 7th place in the league goes to the Copa del Rey. Diego Simeone has said too much. Frustration finally getting the better of the bench as Carrasco lifts that ball in, headed away once again by Sevilla. With 10 minutes remaining, Atletico Madrid still need to score. Now need to score 3 times, of course. They need to score twice for so long. 3 goals in the remaining 10 minutes, remaining 9 minutes. That would be some comeback. They have a throw. They say hope springs eternal, but Atletico need a miracle now. Diego Godin. Lucas Hernandez just looking around. Thumps it across to Griezmann. Playing on that right flank, and I've got to say, really not looking particularly comfortable with his role. Fernando Torres, having come on, has contributed virtually nothing. Okay, down the line for Vasalico. Griezmann pulling back. The edge of the area, not involved. He's trying to get himself in for that cross. Vasalico took too long. Now Griezmann does help out and won it back as well. It's he who distributes the ball, comfortably headed away. Thomas Partey picks it up. Carrasco turns. Carrasco thinks about going for goal. Does so. Good save by Sergio Rico. And that would have set us up for a frantic finale. That one found the bottom corner. Into the air again. These high balls just not working for Atletico. Franco Vázquez just took too long. The fans and indeed Franco Vázquez thinking he was caught. He'll be needed. Fernando Torres goes down in a heap off the ball. Jesus Navas unable to keep it in. Torres back on his feet. Now a change, and it will be Guido Pizarro who comes off, and it will be Franco Vázquez who makes way. So sensible coaching, I've got to say, from Vincenzo Montella, just holding up the making of substitutes, the making of substitutions rather, and He's able to just wind down the clock. I'm sure the next one will come around the 87th, 88-minute mark. At the moment it is Franco Vázquez who comes off, and Guido Hernan Pizarro de Mestre, a former Tigres player, will come on. And the referee dealing with an incident in the centre. Fernando Torres was complaining. Not sure, it's not he who's had his name taken there. The referee brandished a yellow card. Got a feeling it was for Fernando Torres. Lucas Hernandez into Thomas Partey. Sevilla sitting back, able to do exactly that now. They have such a healthy lead, not only on the night, but of course on aggregate, having won the first leg. Atletico just unable to find their rhythm, find a way through. Goal still a problem despite the talent. Costa a big miss, but Gamero, Torres, Angel Correa, and indeed of course Antoine Griezmann. Now Saul inside the 6-yard area. His low cross comfortably beaten away though. Carrasco is considering taking it. Saul says that's mine. Even with so little time left, Atletico still sticking to the orders. Torres comes short, goes into Carrasco, thinks about the shot, still trying to find a space himself, goes over softly on the edge of the area. Lucas Hernandez clips it up into the centre, and there's the header down. Kevin Gamero with another opportunity. Atletico who had those chances in the first half. There is Fernando Torres chewing the ear of his referee, as a colloquial term goes, and indeed Torres shown the yellow card. Now the whole of the Sanchez Pizjuan booming out. This wonderful chorus of noise around us means so much to these supporters. They're just 3 points away from the Champions League place, and of course they have a Champions League tie coming up in the middle of February, and it was almost more to celebrate there. Joaquin Correa with the first-time shot straight at Moya. Sevilla, they take on Manchester United in the next round, of course, of the Champions League. Well, Atletico Madrid, they dropped out of the competition, a competition that's seen them reach the final twice in recent years, but they drop into the Europa League where they face Copenhagen rather. Thomas Partey, Salico, Gamero tackled by Escudero, can't get it away from the Atleti man. Here's Antoine Griezmann still battling away the visitors as Carrasco has a look. Thinks about lifting it into the air. I've got a feeling he's thinking about shooting here. Yeah, no doubts. Was left out of the side earlier on in the season, and now another change to take place. And it is Joaquin Correa who will come off, and it will be Manuel Agudo Duran, better known as Nolito, who will come on in his place. Round the houses in the youth team days, Nolito. His hometown club San Luqueño, and then on to Valencia, Ejica, and then on to Barca's B team, where he spent 3 years before being promoted to the first team. But after only a year with the Blaugrana's first team, moved to Benfica, had a spell with Granada, on to Celta Vigo, on to Manchester City, and now back in Spanish football at the age of 31 with Sevilla. And now on to enjoy the last 3 minutes, plus what the referee adds on of what is sure to be a celebratory night. Header down, Coque up and over, looking for Gamero. Mercado beats him to it, flicked on by Longley. Eva Banega holds it up away from Vesalico, and then takes it away from the Croatian. And Zonzi with an intelligent pass. Eva Banega's ball out, and this is good play until that touch from Nzonzi. Carrasco the size not to challenge in there. claims that came off an Atletico man last, and indeed the linesman says it did. So a corner in these closing minutes to Sevilla. These two sides have met 172 times. 54 wins for Sevilla, 67 for Atletico, and 51 draws. Well, the tally for Sevilla looks like it is about to go up one. Not Ever Banega to take it on this occasion, but no doubt one would suspect this is going to be played short to him, and indeed it is. Guido Pizarro around Thomas Partey into the near post. Ben Yedder claiming it went behind the goal line. Moya just rolls the ball away. Saul ensures that the corner is taken as quickly as possible. As the singing goes on and the fans are picked out in the crowd. Pablo Sarabia receives it from Ever Banega. Pizarro trying to work themselves some space here. Oh, Jesus Navas. The pass was a poor one. Trying to move away from being closed down and manhandled there, Yannick Carrasco. A yellow card is indeed handed out, and it is Mercado who receives it. So 8 yellow cards distributed. Saul tries to lift in, and having said what a good cross with the ball he is, that was a particularly poor effort. Banega up and over the top into the path of Nzonzi, just rolls it back to Escudero. The Sevilla left back deciding to move up into Atletico territory. Forward it goes for Nolito. Partey down the line. Gamero does well to turn away therefrom. Guido Pizarro back on defensive duty, keeps it in. The Atletico forward, Thomas Partey now. Carrasco bustling forward, rolls it out wide to Saul, had no other option. There have been accusations of Carrasco that he can be slightly greedy. Frustrating his own teammates, goes over somewhat theatrically, and the referee, Mr. Martinez Munuera, awards the free kick. And Sevilla him starts up again as we approach the end of the first minute of the 3 added on, and the flags are flying high behind the goal away to our left as Carrasco lifts that in. It's a thumping header from Jesus Navas, but doesn't go anywhere but up. Now he'll have another opportunity to clear his lines and gets more distance on that one. Koke will just knock it out. Thought he might retrieve that. Now, magic colours always triumph. Read that scarf. That ball is knocked out. Saul down the line. You have to wonder if Diego Simeone is sitting in the stand. Back, turning the first leg around. From the very first minute, they were up against it when Sergio Escudero scored after 26 seconds. They certainly made a fight of it in the first half, even with that wonderful goal and opportunities created. A daft challenge just after half-time. Saul clattering into Joaquin Correa. Banega converting the penalty. And then Pablo Sarabia adding a third to make it 5-2 on aggregate. Saul bustling through. Guido Pizarro with the block tackle, and up and over it goes. Salico with a wild touch. 4 Sevilla players looking to hunt this down. Lucas Hernandez with a strong header. Thomas Partey puts his boots up, but Guido Pizarro puts his head in where it could well have hurt. Kevin Gamero trying to find some space. Mercado just gets anything on it. thumps it out and away, and there is the full-time whistle, and Sevilla are through to the semi-finals of the Copa del Rey. They've not only defended that lead from the first leg, but they've emphatically added to it.
So Sevilla move on. They are the first semi-finalist of the 2017-2018 Copa del Rey. They win this match 3-1 and win the tie on the aggregate of 5-2. An impressive performance for Los Nervionenses, who seem to be coming around and playing better since Vincenzo Montella took over. We'll see how that works out for the rest of La Liga season, and obviously into the semifinals of the Copa del Rey, where they will have some tough opposition, with Barca still alive, Real Madrid still alive, and Valencia still alive as well. Let's take a look back at the goals, and the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan in the south of Spain is always an intense atmosphere for Los Nervionenses, and there were some nerves for Atleti. Just 30 seconds in, all four attacking players get a touch onto the ball, and it finds the boot of the captain, Sergio Escudero, for the first goal of the match. And the crowd already hyped, already energized just from the start, and they have more reason to be excited as Escudero ignites, excites, and delights the crowd in Sevilla. In the 13th minute, the French 2G network of Griezmann and Gameiro come together for a fantastic goal, a golazo for Antoine Griezmann, the second of the tournament. Down with the left, scores with the right. It's a brilliant goal by Antoine Griezmann. It is 1-1 at halftime, 3-2 on aggregate. Second half, and a penalty is awarded for Sevilla. And this is after Saul, dropping back defensively, crashes into Joaquin Correa and steps up Eber Banega for the finish. And it is 2-1 for Sevilla, 4-2 on aggregate. The spot shot goes well for Eber Banega, the former Boca Juniors man and Valencia man as well. 79th minute. It is that, well, you know how it is, the nail in the coffin, right? This is it. A funky bounce, but still goes over the line into the back of the net. Funky spin, I should say. Sarabia assisting on the first goal, scores the last goal. 3-1 is the final, 5-2 on aggregate. And after the match, Coque Resurrección of Atletico Madrid spoke.
Está complicado, lógicamente es un golpe duro para el Atlético de Madrid. Hola Coque, ¿qué tal? Muy buena.
Hola, buenas noches.
Bueno, un golpe duro para el Atlético caer en cuartos de final de la Copa.